it stands right now, I think Liverpool is in the best position, not just points wise, but I think Liverpool has, they still, even with the injuries, they still have that aura from last season. They still, I was watching them the other day, they still play very similar to how they played last season. They were actually threatening to break away until the last two games where they kind of got pegged back a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So lucky for the other chasing teams, they weren't able to do that. Um, I do think that City, if they can get back Aguero um, quickly and in top form, I think City, because City has proven this year that Guardiola has focused on defense, on keeping clean sheets, which is not typical of him, right? He's decided to lock down and said he's not giving away goals. But right now they're struggling a little bit to score. To me, it's only a matter of time that they change that, right? And if they are able to do that and continue with the same lockdown defense, I do think they will threaten. Right? To me, as of now, I would say Liverpool first, City second. Now, Manchester United is doing great, but I think they have a good run of form. Credit to the coach, considering he was at the point where Pochettino was going to take his job, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he was within a few games, right?
Yep.
But he turned it around. Bruno Fernandes, singularly
Bruno.
having a great season and dragging them forward, but I don't think they can keep it up. Right. So if you ask me, I would say Liverpool first, Man City second. And then third, you're looking at Chelsea or Man United. Now, Spurs, I would say up until a few games ago, I would say they were challenging, but they've run into a poor run. And personally, you know me, Mourinho, he has to be a little more expansive. I understand you playing for points and wins rather than that's the most important thing. But I do believe he overdoes it sometimes. Because there are times when they can attack and they will take the game. The game is there for the taking.
Well, that was like the Wolves game last week because they
Yeah.
scored one goal, they sit back for the rest, and then Wolves come and score in the 90th minute or something,
That
and they
happened
draw the game.
against West Ham as well.
Yeah,
They drew in the last minute.
yeah. The game is there for the taking. Granted, I like my football attacking. That's me, right? But at the same time, I appreciate and I understand sometimes there's a need for points, but I think Jose takes it a little bit to the extreme, right? But they are there within the running. If they can catch some form, yes, they'll challenge again. But that's how I see it.
Liverpool, I'll give Liverpool the edge because they've recently done it and the guys have the experience. Salah and Mane could probably drag them over the line. Once Thiago get back fit, they might have a much better run. I'm looking for him to perform. He's world class. Um, for second, or maybe challenging Liverpool. If Man, you could be consistent. They have a great team on paper.
Yeah.
They have some great players who on the day could win it, but they're so inconsistent. Besides Bruno, I'm not sure. I actually like Mourinho because he always gets results.
Mm-hmm,
If
mm-hmm.
you check Mourinho winning results, he always gets results. Kane and Son, Kane 10 assists, 10 goals already, some record.
Yeah.
Son just scored his 100 goal or something for the
For
Spurs.
Tottenham,
They
yeah.
are great for Tottenham, yeah. So they are great combo. I like the combo, even though I hate Tottenham. That great
Mm-hmm.
combo to watch, boy. Son is so great, and Harry Kane always scores. Man City, I think Pep doesn't give Kuhn all the respect he needs. I think so. I would have had Kuhn back in my side from the time he could walk. Um, because they're lacking some goals. I think they're struggling against teams that hold back against them because they don't, like I said, they don't have Sane, they don't have Silva to unlock that defense. Beat two men, they pass from side to side, try to go down the wing. But Sterling is kind of struggling a little bit. They get some goals from Godogan. Um, but I think they need goals, and Kuhn is the man. And besides Kuhn, and Sterling. I don't know. So maybe,
So
maybe City for third.
right. You're backing
Um,
Liverpool to win it, and then a mix
Liverpool,
of.
Spurs, still Liverpool, Spurs, City, Man U, Chelsea.
So yeah, my thing with Manu though is like I said, a lot. First of all, a lot of people are very angry because where they are in the table is based on VAR and law. In a lot of
You
cases,
mean penalties wise?
yeah,
Ken United.
and then not only that, but like Richard said, they are inconsistent. So right
Yeah,
now they're
very.
going through a very consistent run of form. They're on top, but it begs
Yep.
the question: will they go through another 5 or 6 inconsistent games where they will drop right back down?
Yeah.
So I guess at the end of the day, we all agree in here that Liverpool should win it, and then after that, it's kind of a toss-up between
Well,
what.
not sure that. I just give them the edge because their players have been there recently. Spurs have never won it. Have they won it? They haven't won it in recent history.
Mhm.
Manu needs to be consistent, and City, I don't think they have enough firepower. So I just given that edge to Liverpool because they've been there recently.
Well, okay, either way, we all given the edge to Liverpool. And then
Yeah,
after that is kind of a toss up.
yeah,
Would
toss
you
up.
guys say that it's kind of a toss up between like 5 or 6 teams?
Just two or three. Manu, Manu, um, City, Tottenham.
But what about Leicester? Leicester's been pretty consistent.
I don't think Leicester.
Yeah, Leicester,
I
I
hope I,
wouldn't.
I hope it don't come back to bite me for saying
Yeah,
it,
but
but
why do people? I don't understand that because I don't write off Leicester though. Is it because they're not really consistent throughout the season? But they've been. I mean, Leicester's been what top 5 for the entire season so far though.
Well, Vardy actually is the most consistent man on that team, right?
yep,
You could depend on Vardy for, I don't know, 15, 20 goals a season, how much ever he to
yeah,
score,
for sure.
um, for sure. The only thing, the only thing about Leicester is, to me, when you, if you playing attacking football in general, not saying that you're all out attack and not defending,
Yeah,
to me, over a course of a season, you will be rewarded, in my opinion, right? Especially a big team, right?
okay.
Um, I think Leicester plays a lot of counter-attacking football and kind of, waiting for the other team to do the running, right? And then the
Yeah,
players
yeah.
too, beside Vardy, not really world-class per se. I don't see a lot of world-class guys.
I feel like
Okay.
every year Leicester is around. I mean, they go from anywhere between second and fifth all year long. And I feel like if you had kept your players, you could have probably, be in a better, be contesting for the win.
I think it's a cost benefit analysis as well too. The kind of money that was thrown at these players, they felt like, they could sell these guys and still manage to be respectable in the first division, right? So that's just my take on it. I don't know the whole thing behind. Maybe the players wanted to leave and they decided not to stop them. So I'm not sure, but I do know that these teams have to juggle between the money that they're going to make and being able to compete.
Right.
Because maybe their owner is seeing it as we'll buy young players very cheaply, develop them, and then sell them for a hefty price because Riyad Mahrez was like half a
Unreal.
million pounds or something. So
Mm-hmm.
and
Kante
then
too.
they sold
Kante was like
Kante,
5 million or something. It was cheap.
right? So the amount of money these guys made is ridiculous.
Mhm.
Harry Maguire, cheap, sold him for 80 million. I mean, and now you're not even getting relegated. You're fifth.
Mhm.
I'm doing that as well. I doing that as well. It's just business at the end of the day. They will buy somebody else. Before Soyuncu was injured, they were even better defensively. So I think that Leicester is doing fine. They're not in relegation battle between second and fifth, and it's not their priority to win the Premier League. Wouldn't it be nice? But I don't think Rogers will get fired for coming between fifth and second.
I have a very high opinion about Pochettino. Um, I think that he works magic with the players that he have. Um, the problem I'm seeing in PSG, he's gonna win titles, right? if he doesn't, then he's not worth his salt as a coach. But I do believe he has some dressing room, in my opinion, he has some dressing room issues he need to take care of. Neymar is number one. He has to deal with Neymar, and to a certain extent, Mbappe and those guys. But Neymar is the biggest issue there. So I don't know how he's gonna handle that, right? Granted, from what I'm hearing, Leonardo loves Pochettino, and I'm no big fan of Leonardo whatsoever, right? But Leonardo and Neymar um, is always button heads, right? But again, Neymar is the face of Paris, so money money talks. So I don't know if Leonardo will be willing to back him if he has to get rid of Neymar. But he'll win titles there, right? I'm not scared about that. The Champions League is where he will need to win. I think that'll be
For sure.
challenging. PSG problem in the Champions League has always been that, and they've had easy routes.
Yeah.
The problem is that they get to that point where they will play a game and the quality will be shown up, right? Um, so, and then they don't have the pedigree too. Look at Madrid. Madrid wins titles because their name is Real Madrid, right? Champions League titles. Teams get scared when they're meeting them in a semi-final of a Champions League, right? PSG doesn't have that. I personally would have liked to see him in Manchester United. Think he would have done great with the players they have there. He has a
Yeah.
team that is ready to run, and as far as I see, he doesn't have to deal with the dressing room issues that he might have to put up with at PSG.